Hey guys, Sheri here. First of all, let me start off and tell you this look is brought to you today by Vicodin. I woke up yesterday with some really bad back pain that got worse. Started on my left kidney area, moved clear across my back to the right, and it's basically my whole lower back now. And so I was in bed most of the day yesterday, most of the day today, and so this is my Vicodin look. So I apologize, but it is what it is. I'm your replacement Saturday vlogger for Back to Basics Weight Loss Surgery channel until Mandy gets her new computer. And so regardless of how I'm feeling or looking, it's my responsibility to get this video up today. So it's a simple topic. It's about our Facebook and YouTube time. And one of the questions is, how much time do you spend? I honestly can't answer that. I can say it's a lot, but I don't know how much time it is total because I break it up into a lot of small amounts of time. And I apologize, I have a little bit of a medicine head as well because of the Vicodin and sleeping pill that I took too to just try and sleep this pain off. So anyway, so I have medicine head. I might not make a lot of sense here, but I'll try my best. And I'll try and keep it short. So I don't have any idea the total amount of time because I do it in small increments. Any of you that know much about my life, you know that I am crazy busy. And so I have to kind of piggyback my Facebook and YouTube time onto other tasks that I'm doing. I also have relationships with some awesome weight loss surgery peeps, and some of my Facebook time has been replaced by text messaging on our phones too. So at any rate, as far as YouTube videos, I try and watch those every day when I'm cooking, doing dishes, if I'm folding laundry, hanging it up, putting it away. I'll have a video on in front of me, and if I can't be looking at it the whole time, I'm at least listening to it while I'm doing those other tasks. When I'm on my exercise bike, I have a recumbent exercise bicycle to kind of sit down in. I will listen and watch YouTube videos when I'm on that. Now, not so much on the treadmill. When I'm on the treadmill, I want my AC/DC. I need music to keep me pumped on the treadmill. So I tend not to do too much of that on the treadmill, but when I'm on the bicycle, yeah, I do the YouTube videos. If I'm watching TV with my family, which I really don't get to do very often, I am now because I'm on break from school, but I'll flip through Facebook on my iPod when I'm watching TV with the family. And nobody cares. I have a teenager that's 18. I have an 11-year-old that do the same thing on their iPod, so it's not like anybody's, thinking I'm not paying attention to them because they're doing the same thing. Let's see. Most of the time I make my YouTube videos, you guys will notice I'm in the car. That's because I have a 2-hour commute every day when I'm in school, an hour one way and an hour back, and so I spend 2 hours a day in the car, and that's a good downtime for me to make my videos. And I know some of you express concern about my safety. Don't. Honestly, I'm okay. I put my iPod on my dash right in my windshield, so as I'm looking at the camera, I'm actually looking out the windshield too, so no worries there. Also, I spend a lot of time driving because I live so rurally and I'm 7 miles off the main road. I've got 14 miles just to get to a regular main paved road. And, between my kids' soccer and their 4-H horse club and physical therapy and me going to college, and Carly plays softball and she's in the drama club and Kaylin's in the FFA, and just all the sports and the clubs and the choirs and things my kids are in, I drive a lot, so that's why I do a lot of my videos in the car. My first YouTube video I ever did was actually a year ago, January 19th, 2012. I'm not one of those people that found you all before I had my surgery. My surgery was February 1st, 2010. And so I didn't find this community till long after I had surgery. And so I'm very thankful I did find you, but yeah, I'm kind of a newbie still to the YouTube community as of last January. I do use a timer if I'm taking a Facebook or YouTube break, like when I'm studying for hours and hours at a time. I have a magnetic timer that I put on my desk, and I'll say, okay, I'm going to allow myself 10 minutes or 15 minutes of, YouTube or Facebook time, and I'll set it, and I'll do that, and when it goes off, I'm done, and I go back to the task at hand, which is usually studying. I really wish I would have known about Facebook and YouTube when I started or before I started. I'm sure I'd be much farther along in my journey. But there's a reason for everything, so I'm not going to question why. It doesn't matter at this point. I do suggest that you share your YouTube and Facebook life with your kids. My husband went with me to Vegas and actually met some of you, and so that made it much more personal for him. And my kids actually know some of your names and even your voices. If I'm watching or listening to someone, a lot of times my kids will know the voice and say, oh, are you watching Pam? Or, oh, are you watching Jamie? Or, oh, is that Sally? What'd she have to say today? And I gotta say, I really love that because it makes them part of my journey. And it doesn't seem like a distant thing that's taking me away from them. And so they're actually excited to kind of meet some people. They've talked to Kelly Grodot on the phone, and they want to meet her kids, and they want to meet Pam and Tony's kids, and so I try and include them once in a while. I pick my videos I watch sometimes based on my mood, like what do I need today. If I'm having a sad day, I'm going to listen specifically and intentionally to Janie, to Sally. If I'm having a day where I need to laugh, I'll pick some people to watch that I know are funny and going to make me laugh. And so it can be a mood booster. Don't look at it as something negative. Look at it as something positive. How can you use it to your advantage? And how can you make your family understand why it's so important to you? And that's communication's key. The only other thing I have to say is nobody in this house complains to me about how much time I spend on Facebook and YouTube. Now, with that being said, as Billy Tomcat would say, every time someone says that, I think of him. Because of how blunt, brash, whatever the hell you want to call it, I am, people don't tend to tell me something I'm going to take negatively. In other words, if my kids or my husband thought I was spending too much time doing that stuff, I'm not sure that they would come right out and tell me because they know I'm going to say tough shit. However, I don't want anybody else to feel guilty because here's my take on that. Even if your spouse and children are doing that, one, like I said, communicate, share with them a little bit, show them who you're listening to and why. It's good to bring your family into your journey because, they need to be healthy too. But my other thing is, how many of your husbands or kids, whatever, that complain, but especially spouses, how many of them watch NFL or Major League Baseball or wrestling, hockey, whatever, I don't care. How many of them spend hours watching their favorite sports team? And they've done it for years, and that's okay. And as wives, we're just supposed to deal with it. That's part of it. YouTube and Facebook are no different. I spend no more time on YouTube and Facebook than my husband spends watching the Patriots and the NFL. And I'm sorry, but in my world, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So I just want to tell you, don't feel bad. You're doing something that is good for you, and include your family as best you can, but don't feel bad about it. Stand up for yourself. Do what you got to do to be a better you, and if that includes your Facebook and YouTube friends, then try and make your family understand that, and stand up for yourself. It's no different than sitting and watching hours and hours of sports. So, or playing games, whatever your hubby might do. My hubby's not a gamer, but you know, I know some of your hubbies are. So, tit for tat, you know. But keep watching the people that inspire you. Keep putting videos out for other people that might need to hear what you have to say. So that's it for now. I'm going to lay back down and try and get this back to heal. Love you guys.